Hey, I'm Kevin, and this is HFX by Bike, a channel all about getting around Halifax by bike. In today's video, I'll be making my way from the Prince George Hotel in downtown Halifax to the 5K Café in Bears Lake. I had a viewer comment that they were going to be in town in late spring, and they wanted to know how hard it would be to reach the Jana Lakes Trail with the lowest level of traffic exposure possible. So I'm going to try and show up what that would look like. As always, I'll be playing a game of +1 - 2 along the way. Every time I run into something that makes my trip safer or more convenient, I'll add a point. And every time I run into something that makes it less safe or less convenient, I'll take 2 away. You can keep track of how I think the ride is going by looking at the heads-up display in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm starting off on Market Street downtown. I'm filming pretty close to peak rush hour, so it's going to be the least traffic exposure I can manage at the highest traffic time of day. As I round the corner onto Carmichael Street, it is fully blocked by traffic. I'm going to use my bike privilege and opt out of this situation and just walk to the bike lane. These are the brand new Brunswick Street protected bike lanes. I'm only going to be in them briefly, but they're going to let me navigate along Brunswick and connect to the rainy bike lanes ahead. Speaking of which, here they are. The Halifax Commons is surrounded by multi-use paths that connect to Rainy. I can use them to get through this roundabout. The Commons are great, but this area can get pretty hectic with pedestrian traffic. The paving along the main track of the Commons is getting quite bumpy. The crossing at Roby towards Welford is a forced dismount. This is the Allen Oak Bikeway, and it's going to carry me west. Normally this bikeway would be absolutely clogged with rush hour traffic from people trying to rat run between Quinpool and Oxford, but this new mode filter just directs traffic back to the main road, clearing it off the bikeway. There's another mode filter at the intersection with Oxford, so only bikes can go straight through the intersection. The bikeway has a lot of stop signs. You lose priority at basically every intersection. I'm going to take the right onto Elm Street. The amount of rush hour traffic at this intersection usually means it's faster to dismount and walk across, but I encountered a small miracle in the form of a large gap in traffic. This is Connolly. It's not a bikeway, but it is a relatively low traffic street. In most of my videos and my day-to-day rides, I would take the left here on Almond, but the request was specifically for the lowest possible traffic exposure, so I'm going to go a few more blocks north. This is the Liverpool Bikeway. I'm only going to be on it for a little bit. The crossing at Connaught is another forced dismount. There's a short multi-use path connecting to the bikeway on George Dockney, although it's quite narrow. This ramp lets me connect directly to the Bears Road multi-use path. The intersection with the mall entrance is a bit of a mess. Traveling in this direction, the biggest thing to watch out for are the 2 lanes of traffic to your left that can turn right even when you have the signal. The entire intersection is covered by cross rides. The path dips down to the road at the intersection with the side streets. Combined with the slope of the hill, it makes for some pretty aggressive drops. Theoretically, you have to dismount here, but I'm a blatant rule breaker as long as it's not bothering anyone. For the last few years, I've been giving this a bonus point for being new, but I think I'll retire that. It's just a continuation of the previous multi-use path. I'm moving on to some side streets that act as a de facto bikeway. The paving on this part is terrible. This ramp is going to take me up to a crossing on Joe Howe Drive. This is the Channel Lakes Trail, and it's going to take me the rest of the way to Bears Lake. There have been some recent improvements at some of the crossings, like pedestrian beacons and lane narrowing. I'm just exiting the trail now. I'm going to be really generous and count the low traffic streets I was on as part of the bike network, so here are the bonus points. And of course, there's bike parking on site. My trip from the Prince George Hotel in downtown Halifax to the 5K Café in Bears Lake took about 33 minutes, which is comparable to how long it would take to drive during rush hour and considerably faster than taking transit. I was in one form of bike infrastructure or another for almost the entire trip, and when I wasn't, I was on relatively low traffic streets, often with traffic calming in place. There are only a few points where I had any real interaction with traffic. The pathing of the bike network in this trip in particular was reasonably direct, and let me get around in a competitive time frame. I think this kind of trip is going to be mostly fine for the vast majority of people, even during rush hour. So to answer the viewer's question, I think this is going to be totally doable. Enjoy your visit. That's it for this one. Let me know what kinds of trips around the city that you'd like to see covered or local businesses that I should visit by going to the video request map linked in the description. And if you like this kind of thing, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.